Hello, and welcome. If you've ever stepped into a room filled with greenery, you know that plants have a special magic. They make spaces feel alive. They soften the sharp lines of furniture, add vibrant color, and create a sense of calm and peace. In today's video, we're going to explore plants to grow indoors. Whether you're a beginner who just wants a single plant for your desk, or an experienced green thumb who dreams of building your own indoor jungle. For the next 2 hours, I'll take you on a journey through the most popular, useful, and beautiful houseplants. We'll talk about easy care options, plants that bloom with color, leafy giants that can transform a corner of your room, edible plants for your kitchen, and even some unusual choices that will surprise your guests. Along the way, you'll hear about the care each plant needs, how often to water them, what kind of light they prefer, and tips to keep them healthy and thriving. I'll also share fun facts, bits of history, and the little details that make each plant special. By the end of this video, you'll have a full guide to creating your own indoor oasis. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's begin. Let's start with some of the easiest plants to care for, the ones that practically grow themselves. These are perfect if you're just starting out, if you're busy, or even if you've struggled to keep plants alive before. Number 1. Snake plant, Sansevieria. The snake plant, also called mother-in-law's tongue, is one of the most forgiving plants you can own. Its tall, sword-shaped leaves are stiff, upright, and striped with shades of green and yellow. They look striking in a pot and add a touch of modern elegance to any room. What makes the snake plant truly special is how little care it needs. It thrives on neglect. If you forget to water it for weeks, it won't mind. If you place it in a corner with almost no sunlight, it will keep on growing. Snake plants only need water about once every 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes even less in winter. Overwatering is actually the most common mistake. Their roots store water, so it's better to let the soil dry completely before adding more. When it comes to light, snake plants are extremely adaptable. They'll tolerate low light, but they also grow faster in bright, indirect light. This means you can place them anywhere, in your living room, bedroom, office, or even your bathroom. One fascinating fact about snake plants is that they're one of the few plants that release oxygen at night. Most plants only do this during the day when the sun is out. This makes them excellent bedroom companions because they can help improve the air you breathe while you sleep. The snake plant is also listed by NASA as one of the top air-purifying plants. It removes toxins such as formaldehyde, benzene, and trichloroethylene from the air, pollutants that are often found in cleaning products, furniture, and carpets. So, with its striking looks, minimal needs, and air cleaning abilities, the snake plant is truly a must-have for any indoor gardener. Number 2. ZZ plant, Zamioculcas zamifolia. Next, let's talk about the ZZ plant, often called the eternity plant because of how indestructible it is. The ZZ plant has thick, waxy, oval-shaped leaves that are a rich, glossy green. They grow along upright stems, giving the plant a sleek, almost sculptural look. What makes the ZZ plant so resilient is its underground rhizomes, potato-like structures that store water. These allow the plant to go for weeks, sometimes even months, without being watered. Light-wise, the ZZ plant is extremely flexible. It thrives in low-light conditions, making it perfect for offices, hallways, or rooms without much sunlight. It also does well in bright, indirect light, but too much direct sunlight can burn its leaves. Caring for a ZZ plant is simple. Water it only when the soil is completely dry, usually every 2 to 3 weeks. Use well-draining soil to prevent root rot. A fun fact about the ZZ plant: it's native to Eastern Africa, where it grows in dry grasslands and survives drought by relying on its rhizomes. That's why it's such a survivor indoors, too. Many people also appreciate its clean, modern look. Place it in a minimalist pot, and it instantly becomes a statement piece. The ZZ plant, like the snake plant, is also an excellent air purifier. It removes toxins like xylene and toluene from the air. So, if you want a plant that looks great, needs almost no attention, and can survive in dim corners of your home, the ZZ plant is the one for you. Number 3. Pothose devil's ivy. Now let's talk about one of the most popular houseplants worldwide, pothose, also known as devil's ivy. Pothose is a trailing vine with heart-shaped leaves that can be solid green, marbled with white, or even streaked with yellow or neon green, depending on the variety. What makes pothose such a favorite is how fast and forgiving it is. Even if you forget to water it, or you keep in low light, it will continue to grow. And when it's happy, it grows quickly, sending out long, beautiful vines that can trail from shelves, hang from baskets, or climb up supports. Caring for pothose is easy. Water it once every 1 to 2 weeks, letting the soil dry between waterings. It tolerates low light but thrives in bright, indirect sunlight. Another amazing feature of pothose is that it can grow in both soil and water. Many people like to take cuttings, place them in a jar of water, and watch the roots develop. You can leave the cuttings in water indefinitely, or plant them in soil once the roots are strong enough. Pothose is also one of NASA's recommended air-purifying plants. It removes formaldehyde and benzene from the air. A fun fact, in the wild, pothose vines can grow up trees and reach lengths of over 40 feet. Indoors, you can keep it trimmed to the size you prefer. Because of its fast growth and trailing habit, pothose is one of the best plants for decorating. You can place it on bookshelves, hang it in macrame planters, or train it to climb a moss pole. It's one of the best starter plants, rewarding and forgiving. Number 4. Spider plant. Another wonderful beginner plant is the spider plant. The spider plant has long, narrow leaves that arch outward, often striped with green and white. What makes it extra special is that it produces baby plants, often called pups or spinnerets, that dangle down from the mother plant like little spiders on a web. These baby plants can easily be snipped off and planted in soil to grow new spider plants. This makes it one of the most fun plants for propagation. Spider plants prefer bright, indirect light, but can also survive in lower light. They like slightly moist soil, so water them about once a week, letting the soil dry out a little between waterings. Spider plants are also fantastic air purifiers, removing pollutants like carbon monoxide and xylene. They're non-toxic to pets, making them a safe choice if you have cats or dogs at home. A fun fact about spider plants is that they were one of the first plants studied by NASA for air purification, and they showed incredible results in cleaning indoor air. Because of their playful look and the way they produce endless baby plants, spider plants are often called the friendship plant, since people love giving away the baby spinnerets to friends and family. Number 5. Peace lily. Last in this section, let's talk about the peace lily, a plant known for its elegance and beauty. The peace lily has deep green leaves and produces striking white blooms that look like a single petal wrapping around a white spike. These flowers are actually specialized leaves, but they give the peace lily a graceful, calming presence. Peace lilies thrive in low to medium light, making them perfect for shaded corners indoors. They do, however, bloom more in brighter, indirect light. When it comes to watering, peace lilies prefer slightly moist soil. They'll often give you a sign when they're thirsty. Their leaves droop dramatically, but they perk right back up once you water them. One of the best qualities of the peace lily is its air-purifying ability. It's especially good at removing mold spores from the air, making it a wonderful plant for bathrooms. In many cultures, peace lilies symbolize harmony, purity, and renewal. They're often given as gifts during times of change, such as moving into a new home. With their graceful leaves, white blooms, and easy care, peace lilies bring both beauty and health benefits into any indoor space. For many people, the joy of keeping plants isn't just in the greenery, it's in the flowers. Blooming plants bring splashes of color, delicate fragrances, and seasonal beauty into our homes. Unlike outdoor gardens, where flowers might come and go quickly, many indoor flowering plants bloom for weeks or even months at a time. Let's explore some of the most rewarding flowering houseplants you can grow. Number 1. Orchids. Orchids are perhaps the most elegant of all indoor flowering plants. Their blooms are unique, with shapes that resemble butterflies, stars, or even little dancers, and they can last for weeks or even months before fading. The most common type for beginners is the Phalaenopsis orchid, often called the moth orchid. It produces tall stems with multiple blooms in colors ranging from pure white to vibrant purple, pink, and even yellow. Caring for orchids can feel intimidating at first, but once you understand their needs, they're actually quite simple. Orchids don't grow in soil like most plants. They naturally grow on trees in tropical regions, clinging to bark and drawing moisture from the air. That's why you'll often see them sold in bark chips or special orchid mixes rather than regular potting soil. When watering, it's important not to overdo it. Orchids prefer to dry out slightly between waterings. A good rule is to water once a week, letting water run through the pot and drain completely. Never let the roots sit in water. They thrive in bright, indirect light. Near an east or south-facing window is ideal, but be careful of harsh direct sun that can burn their leaves. One of the most magical things about orchids is how long their blooms last. A single spike can flower for 2 to 3 months. After the flowers fade, you can cut back the stem, and with a little patience, new spikes and new blooms will eventually appear. Orchids symbolize beauty, strength, and love. In many cultures, they're given as gifts for special occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, or celebrations of new beginnings. If you want a plant that brings both sophistication and long-lasting blooms to your home, the orchid is a perfect choice. Number 2. African violet. The African violet is a small but mighty flowering plant that has charmed plant lovers for decades. With its fuzzy green leaves and clusters of violet, pink, blue, or white flowers, it adds cheerful color to windowsills and tabletops. African violets are especially beloved because they can bloom multiple times a year under the right conditions. Some even seem to flower almost continuously. Caring for African violets requires a gentle touch. They like bright, indirect light. Too much sun can scorch their leaves, but too little and they may stop blooming. A north or east-facing window often works best. When watering, it's best to avoid splashing water on the fuzzy leaves, as this can cause spots or rot. Instead, water the soil directly or use the bottom watering method. Place the pot in a saucer of water and let the plant absorb moisture from below. African violets prefer slightly moist soil, but they don't like to be soggy. A light, well-draining potting mix is ideal. One of the fun facts about African violets is that they're native to Tanzania and Kenya in East Africa. They were first discovered in the late 1800s and quickly became popular worldwide because of their beauty and compact size. Symbolically, African violets are associated with loyalty, devotion, and deep affection. Because of their constant blooms, they also symbolize persistence and hope. These little plants are proof that size doesn't determine impact. Even in a small pot, an African violet can brighten up an entire room with its cheerful blooms. Number 3. Anthurium. If you want a plant that looks tropical and exotic year-round, the anthurium is a stunning choice. Anthuriums are known for their glossy, heart-shaped leaves and their striking flowers, which are actually brightly colored spathes, waxy leaves that surround a yellow or white spike called a spadix. The blooms can be red, pink, white, purple, or even green, and they last for weeks at a time. This plant is often called the flamingo flower or lace leaf, and it brings a bold pop of color into any space. Caring for anthuriums is straightforward if you remember their tropical origins. They love bright, indirect light and high humidity. A bathroom with a sunny window can be a perfect spot where you can mist the leaves regularly. Water them once the top inch of soil is dry, keeping the soil slightly moist but never soggy. Overwatering can cause root rot, so drainage is essential. One of the best things about anthuriums is their long-lasting blooms. A healthy plant can flower for months, and with the right care, it can bloom multiple times a year. In a language of flowers, anthuriums symbolize hospitality, happiness, and abundance. That's why you'll often see them used in hotel lobbies or given as gifts to welcome someone into a new home. They're a reminder that beauty and vibrancy can flourish indoors as long as we provide the right care. Number 4. Christmas cactus. Finally, let's look at the Christmas cactus, a plant that defies expectations and brings color just when winter days feel the darkest. Unlike desert cacti, the Christmas cactus is a tropical cactus that grows in rainforests, where it lives on tree branches and enjoys higher humidity. Its segmented stems are flat and smooth, and in late fall or winter, they produce brilliant flowers in shades of pink, red, purple, or white. What makes the Christmas cactus special is its timing. Just when many plants are resting, this one bursts into bloom around the holiday season, making it a cherished decoration and gift. Caring for a Christmas cactus is simpler than you might think. It prefers bright, indirect light and regular watering, but it's more tolerant of moisture than desert cacti. Keep the soil slightly moist during its active growing and blooming period, but let it dry a bit more during the rest of the year. To encourage blooming, it needs a short period of cooler temperatures and longer nights in the fall, a natural signal that winter is coming. Many people place their Christmas cactus in a cool room with less light in October to trigger buds. Once the flowers appear, they can last for several weeks, filling your home with vibrant color at a time when many other plants are dormant. The Christmas cactus also has a symbolic meaning: resilience, endurance, and the beauty of unexpected joy. Many families treasure Christmas cacti that are passed down through generations, with cuttings that live on for decades. It's not just a plant. It's a living memory, blooming year after year to remind us of tradition and continuity. And there you have it, 4 of the most beloved flowering indoor plants: orchids, African violets, anthuriums, and Christmas cacti. Each one brings not only beauty, but also unique character, care needs, and meaning into your home. Some plants are quiet and subtle, fitting neatly on a desk or a small shelf. But others, they make an entrance. They stand tall, spread their leaves wide, and completely transform the feeling of a room. These are the tropical and statement plants, the ones that turn your living space into a lush jungle retreat. Let's explore 4 of the most iconic statement plants you can grow indoors. Number 1. Monstera deliciosa, the Swiss cheese plant. Few indoor plants are as recognizable and beloved as the Monstera deliciosa, often called the Swiss cheese plant. Its large, glossy green leaves develop natural splits and holes as they mature, creating a dramatic and almost sculptural look. These fenestrations, the holes, aren't just for decoration. In the wild, Monstera leaves grow this way to withstand heavy rain and strong winds in tropical forests, allowing the weather to pass through without tearing the leaves apart. Indoors, Monstera plants can grow quite large, often reaching several feet in height with proper care. They thrive in bright, indirect light, though they'll tolerate lower light and simply grow more slowly. Direct sunlight, however, can scorch their leaves. When it comes to watering, Monstera prefer evenly moist soil. Water when the top 2 inches of soil feel dry, and always ensure good drainage. Their aerial roots, those thick roots that sometimes grow out from the stem, are natural for the plant and can be guided into the soil or left as they are. Monstera are also excellent climbers. In nature, they use their aerial roots to cling to trees, climbing upward in search of light. Indoors, they'll appreciate a moss pole or stake for support, which encourages larger, more fenestrated leaves. One of the most charming aspects of Monstera plants is how quickly they become a centerpiece in any room. A single mature plant can change the whole atmosphere, making your space feel like a modern tropical oasis. Fun fact: the name deliciosa comes from the plant's fruit, which is edible in its natural environment. It tastes like a mix of pineapple and banana. However, it's not safe to eat unless fully ripened, which usually doesn't happen indoors. With its bold, dramatic leaves and easygoing care, Monstera deliciosa has rightfully earned its place as a superstar in the world of houseplants. Number 2. Fiddle leaf fig, Ficus lyrata. The fiddle leaf fig is another striking indoor plant, famous for its large, violin-shaped leaves and tall, upright growth. Over the last decade, it has become a darling of interior design, often featured in magazines and lifestyle photos for its elegant, sculptural presence. Fiddle leaf figs can grow into tall indoor trees, sometimes reaching 6 feet or more. Their broad, leathery leaves create a bold look that draws the eye immediately. But unlike the easygoing monstera, fiddle leaf figs are known for being a little finicky. They like consistency, consistent watering, consistent light, and a stable environment. Place your fiddle leaf fig in bright, indirect light, near a large window, if possible. They don't do well in low light, and they don't appreciate being moved around too much. When it comes to watering, check the top inch of soil. If it's dry, it's time to water. Overwatering can lead to root rot, while underwatering can cause leaves to drop. Finding that balance is key. One tip many plant lovers follow is to rotate the plant every few weeks so it grows evenly toward the light, keeping its shape balanced. Though they may require more attention than some plants, fiddle leaf figs reward patient care with dramatic beauty. Their presence is unmatched. A healthy fiddle leaf fig can make a room feel sophisticated, fresh, and full of life. Fiddle leaf figs are native to the tropical rainforests of West Africa, where they can grow over 30 feet tall in their natural habitat. Indoors, of course, they stay much more manageable, but they still bring that tropical grandeur inside. If you want a plant that makes a statement and don't mind giving it a little extra attention, the fiddle leaf fig is a perfect choice. Number 3. Erica palm, Dipsis latescens. For a softer, more graceful tropical vibe, the Erica palm is a wonderful option. Sometimes called the butterfly palm, the Erica palm has slender stems and feathery fronds that arch outward, creating a light, airy look. It adds height and volume to a room without feeling heavy or overwhelming. One of the best features of the Erica palm is that it's safe for pets, unlike many houseplants. So if you have cats or dogs at home, this is a worry-free choice. Caring for an Erica palm is fairly simple. It prefers bright, indirect light, but can tolerate some lower light as well. Water when the top inch of soil is dry, keeping the soil lightly moist but not soggy. These palms also appreciate a bit of extra humidity, so misting the fronds occasionally can keep them looking lush. The Erica palm is not only beautiful but also practical. It's one of NASA's top air-purifying plants, helping to remove indoor toxins while releasing fresh oxygen. The Erica palm is sometimes called the living room palm because of how well it fits into indoor spaces. In fact, during the Victorian era, palms like these were symbols of wealth and elegance, often placed in drawing rooms as a sign of refinement. With its flowing fronds and gentle movement, the Erica palm brings a touch of the tropics to any home. It's perfect for softening corners, filling empty spaces, or simply adding a calm, refreshing energy to your environment. Number 4. Rubber plant, Ficus elastica. Last in this section, let's look at the rubber plant, another member of the ficus family, but with its own unique charm. The rubber plant has thick, glossy leaves that range from deep green to almost burgundy, depending on the variety. Some cultivars even have variegated leaves streaked with cream, pink, or yellow. Rubber plants can grow into tall, tree-like specimens indoors, reaching 6 to 10 feet if given enough space and care. They make a bold statement with their rich, dark foliage. These plants prefer bright, indirect light, but can tolerate medium light conditions as well. They like a regular watering routine, about once a week, allowing the top inch of soil to dry between waterings. Rubber plants are quite hardy once established, but like most ficus varieties, they don't appreciate being moved too often. Find a good spot with steady conditions, and they'll reward you with steady growth. Rubber plants get their name because their milky sap was once used to produce a form of natural rubber, though today they're mostly grown for ornamental purposes. Rubber plants also serve as natural air purifiers, filtering out toxins and freshening the air in your home. Symbolically, they represent abundance, happiness, and resilience. In some cultures, they're even considered a good luck plant, often placed in homes or businesses to attract prosperity. With their deep, dramatic leaves and tree-like stature, rubber plants are an excellent choice for anyone looking to add a bold, tropical statement indoors. And there we have it. 4 of the most popular tropical and statement plants: Monstera deliciosa, fiddle leaf fig, Erica palm, and rubber plant. Each one has the power to completely change the atmosphere of a room, bringing the beauty and vitality of the tropics right into your home. Indoor plants don't just have to be decorative. Some of them can also feed you. Imagine stepping into your kitchen, snipping fresh basil for your pasta, or harvesting your own homegrown lettuce for a salad. It's rewarding, sustainable, and surprisingly easy. Let's explore some of the best edible plants you can grow indoors. Number 1. Herbs. When most people think about edible indoor plants, the first thing that comes to mind is herbs. They're compact, flavorful, and incredibly useful in the kitchen. Some of the easiest herbs to grow indoors include basil, mint, parsley, thyme, and rosemary. Basil. This fragrant herb is a favorite in Italian cooking. Fresh basil leaves add magic to pasta, pizza, and salads. Basil loves warmth and lots of light. Place it on a sunny windowsill where it can soak up at least 6 hours of sunlight a day. Water regularly, keeping the soil slightly moist, but avoid waterlogging. Basil grows quickly, and frequent harvesting actually encourages new growth. Mint. Mint is one of the easiest herbs to grow indoors. It's fresh, aromatic, and perfect for teas, cocktails, and desserts. Mint prefers moderate light and moist soil. One thing to remember: mint spreads aggressively if planted outdoors, but in a pot, it stays nicely contained. A single pot of mint can give you fresh leaves year-round. Parsley. With its curly or flat leaves, parsley is more than just a garnish. It's packed with flavor and vitamins. Parsley grows slowly at first, but once established, it can be harvested regularly. It prefers bright, indirect light and slightly moist soil. Thyme and rosemary. These woody herbs add depth to roasted dishes, soups, and stews. They prefer lots of sunlight and drier soil, so water sparingly. Rosemary, in particular, can grow into a small indoor shrub if given the right conditions. The best part about herbs is how quickly they reward you. Within weeks of planting, you can begin harvesting small amounts to use in your cooking. And because you only take what you need, the plants continue to produce fresh growth for months. A small indoor herb garden on your windowsill not only saves money, but also fills your kitchen with delightful scents and flavors. Number 2. Green onions, scallions. One of the easiest edible plants to grow indoors is the humble green onion. The magic of green onions is that they can regrow from kitchen scraps. If you buy a bunch from the store, simply cut off the green tops for cooking, but leave the white roots intact. Place the roots in a glass of water, and within days, new green shoots will start to grow. Change the water every couple of days to keep it fresh, and you'll have a continuous supply of green onions. For longer-term growth, you could transfer them into soil after the roots develop. This method of regrowing vegetables from scraps is not only fun, but also incredibly practical. It reduces waste and gives you free, fresh food right from your kitchen counter. Fun fact: green onions are among the fastest regrowers in the plant world. You can start harvesting fresh shoots in as little as a week. It's like having a little indoor farm that pays you back over and over again. Number 3. Lettuce and spinach. If you want something more substantial, you can grow leafy greens like lettuce and spinach indoors. Lettuce varieties such as butterhead, romaine, or loose leaf types are compact enough to thrive in containers. Spinach is also an excellent choice because it grows quickly and doesn't require deep soil. Both lettuce and spinach prefer cooler temperatures, making them perfect for indoor growing where the climate is stable. Place them in a bright spot with indirect light, and keep the soil consistently moist but not soggy. The great thing about growing greens is that you don't have to harvest the whole plant at once. Instead, you can use the cut and come again method, trimming outer leaves while allowing the inner leaves to keep growing. This way, you get multiple harvests from a single plant. Within 4 to 6 weeks, you can enjoy fresh, homegrown salads straight from your windowsill. Fun fact: lettuce is one of the oldest cultivated plants in history, grown by ancient Egyptians more than 4,000 years ago. And spinach, often called the superfood of greens, is packed with iron, vitamins, and antioxidants. By growing your own leafy greens indoors, you're connecting with a tradition that stretches back millennia, and you get delicious, nutrient-rich food as a reward. Number 4. Chili peppers. For those who love a little spice, chili peppers are a fantastic indoor plant. Chili plants are compact, colorful, and surprisingly productive. Their small, glossy fruits come in red, orange, yellow, purple, or green, adding beauty as well as heat to your home. Chili peppers love sunlight, so place them in the brightest window you have, ideally south-facing. They need about 6 to 8 hours of light per day, and in winter, you may want to supplement with a grow light. Water them regularly, keeping the soil evenly moist, and fertilize every few weeks to encourage fruiting. Chili plants can produce peppers year-round indoors, especially if given plenty of light. The heat level depends on the variety, from mild jalapenos to fiery habaneros. One fun fact: chili peppers aren't just about heat. They contain capsaicin, a compound that boosts metabolism, relieves pain, and even promotes endorphin release, giving you that spicy high. Growing your own chili peppers indoors means you'll always have fresh spice on hand for cooking. Plus, the plants themselves are decorative, making them a perfect combination of edible and ornamental. Edible plants add an exciting dimension to indoor gardening. They don't just sit in a corner looking pretty. They actively become part of your daily life, adding flavor to your meals, freshness to your drinks, and joy to your kitchen. From herbs like basil and mint, to fast regrowers like green onions, to salad staples like lettuce and spinach, and the vibrant heat of chili peppers, each one connects you to your food in a personal, sustainable way. Even if you only have a small space, you can start with one pot of herbs or a jar of green onions. The experience of harvesting your own food, even in small amounts, is deeply satisfying. Did you know that the air inside your home can actually be more polluted than the air outside? From cleaning products to furniture, paints, and even the materials used in our homes, tiny invisible toxins can build up in the air we breathe. Luckily, nature gives us a solution. Certain houseplants are not just beautiful. They also act as natural air purifiers. They filter out harmful substances and release fresh oxygen, creating a healthier environment for you and your family. In fact, a famous NASA study in 1989 confirmed that many common indoor plants are effective at removing toxins like benzene, formaldehyde, and trichloroethylene from the air. These plants act like little green air filters, constantly working for you. Let's explore some of the best air-purifying plants to grow indoors. Number 1. Snake plant, Sansevieria. The snake plant, also known as mother-in-law's tongue, is one of the most powerful air-purifying plants you can grow indoors. Number 2. Peace lily, Spathiphyllum. Peace lilies are among the most popular indoor plants, and for good reason. They have lush green leaves and produce elegant white flowers that brighten any room. Number 3. Spider plant, Chlorophytum comosum. Spider plants are excellent at removing toxins like carbon monoxide and formaldehyde, and they're especially useful in homes with smokers or lots of electronics. Number 4. Aloe vera. Aloe vera absorbs toxins like formaldehyde and benzene, which are common in household cleaning products and paints. Number 5. Bamboo palm, Chamaedorea ceafrizii. If you want a plant that makes a big statement while cleaning the air, the bamboo palm is a fantastic choice. With its graceful, feathery fronds, it adds a tropical feel to any space. But beyond its beauty, it's one of the top plants recommended by NASA for air purification. Number 6. Boston fern, Nephrolepis exaltata. They are highly effective at removing indoor air pollutants like formaldehyde and xylene. Boston ferns are also champions at adding humidity to the air, which helps soothe dry skin and respiratory issues. Air-purifying plants are more than just decorations. They're natural allies in creating a healthier home. The snake plant works while you sleep. The peace lily brings beauty and filters mold. The spider plant multiplies easily and is safe for pets. Aloe vera doubles as a healer. The bamboo palm makes a bold statement while freshening your air. And the Boston fern adds rainforest freshness indoors. Each one has its own personality and benefits, but together, they can transform your home into a cleaner, fresher, and healthier sanctuary. So, If you're choosing houseplants, not just for their looks, but also for their function, these are the ones to start with. We've spent long time exploring the wonderful world of indoor plants, from the easiest houseplants for beginners to air-purifying champions, pet-friendly varieties, rare exotics, and even plants that bring beauty and symbolism into our living spaces. By now, you've probably realized that houseplants are more than just decorations. They are living companions. They clean the air we breathe. They reduce stress and improve our mood. They connect us to nature, even if we live in busy cities. And most importantly, they remind us of the simple joy of caring for something that grows. Think about it. Every time you water your spider plant, watch your peace lily bloom, or see your snake plant pushing out new leaves, you are participating in a small but powerful act of nurturing life. Why indoor plants matter today? In today's fast-paced world, many of us spend most of our time indoors, working, studying, and living in artificial environments. It's easy to feel disconnected from the natural world. But by adding plants to your home, you invite nature back in. Even just one plant on your desk, a fern in the bathroom, or a bamboo palm in the living room can completely change the energy of your space. Studies show that being around greenery can lower blood pressure, improve concentration, and even help you sleep better. Indoor plants don't just improve your environment, they improve your life. How to get started? If you're new to indoor gardening, don't feel overwhelmed. You don't need to turn your house into a jungle overnight. Start small. Choose one plant that feels right for you. Maybe a snake plant if you want something low maintenance, or an aloe vera if you love the idea of having a natural healer at home. As you gain confidence, add more plants. Mix and match. Experiment with placement, some on shelves, some hanging, some on the windowsill. Over time, you'll create a little indoor oasis that's uniquely yours. Plants teach us patience. They don't grow overnight. They don't rush. They simply reach for the light one day at a time. Maybe that's the most beautiful lesson they give us. In a world that moves too quickly, plants remind us to slow down, breathe deeply, and appreciate growth, no matter how small. So, whether you choose a resilient snake plant, a dramatic peace lily, or a rare and exotic orchid, remember that you're not just decorating your home. You're creating a sanctuary of health, peace, and life. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the world of indoor plants. I hope you've discovered new favorites to add to your collection and new inspiration to bring more green into your life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves plants or someone who needs a little more green in their world. And remember, your home doesn't need to be filled with dozens of plants to feel alive. Sometimes, all it takes is one small plant on your windowsill to make your space and your spirit bloom. Until next time, happy planting, and may your home always be filled with fresh air, peace, and the beauty of nature.